So a team that had an odd 2025 trade deadline were the Atlanta Hawks, and I really have no idea what direction they are heading in because they do not own their 2025 first round pick. They have not been a good team since Jalen Johnson went down, and there have been some rumblings that we could be leading to a crossroads with Trae Young in the city of Atlanta, and they could be parting ways in the offseason via a trade. So that is going to spark today's fun video idea. We're going to be doing a trading Trae Young Hawks rebuild. So what is going on, everybody? How is everybody doing today? The Atlanta Hawks, if we look right now in the Eastern Conference, 26 and 29. Are they going to do anything this year? No, especially with Jalen Johnson out. Do they have some fun, exciting young pieces? For sure, with Jalen Johnson, Onyeka Okongwu has rattled off some really good games this year now that he's starting more because Clint Capella ended up getting injured. Reese Shea has shown some flashes as a rookie. Dyson Daniels has obviously been a breakout player. So there is a foundation for this team going forward. They have lanky defenders that have really good athleticism and can guard multiple positions. But yeah, we are going to take this team in a different direction. We are going to trade Trae Young in the offseason. The one thing that would have made so much sense was trading Trae Young to the San Antonio Spurs so I could get my first round picks back. But now that they have De'Aaron Fox, why would they want Trae Young? So what we're going to do is have to trade Trae Young. And we really can't fully tank. We can't fully strip it down just because I don't own my draft capital going forward. And I'm going to throw injuries on today just to add a twist throughout this rebuild. And I didn't even talk about them trading away DeAndre Hunter at the deadline for Caris LeVert, George Niang, a couple seconds and some first round pick swaps. I never really am going to expect the Hawks to be better than the Cavs, at least during the years of those swaps. So I don't know if they're going to get much draft capital out of it. Shout out to the Hawks, though. 2K likes them, and throughout the second half of the year, we ended up actually becoming a pretty good team. But I'm still going to go for fun in this video and trade Trae Young. If you want to see me keep Trae Young, let me know. Drop a thumbs up, and I'll definitely do that. Of course, I'm trading him in the offseason, and he ends up on All-NBA first team. Are you kidding me? All right, I better get a haul for him in a few months. And the team ended up as the 4th seed, so you know what? That makes me feel a little bit better because there is a scenario where the Hawks do not play well in the second half. They lose in the play-in tournament, and then the Spurs get their lottery pick, and who knows what can happen with that pick in the lottery. So you know what? I'm glad we ended up as the 4th seed, and we're going to give a pick in like the late teens, early 20s to San Antonio. The Hawks do own the Lakers' first round pick. Not going to be great, but we do own the top 12 protected pick from the Kings, so I'm hoping that ends up at 13 or 14. Honestly, the way they finished, it might be like number 9 or 10. So we're taking on the Indiana Pacers in round number 1. We are going to be without Jalen Johnson, but we do win game 1. Trae drops 37 and 19. Zachary Sachet drops 36. All right, so we do get Caris LeVert back fully healthy. And we win game number 2. Are we really going to win a playoff series? And I'm going to have to trade away Trae Young. The whole purpose of this video was for Trae to be upset in Atlanta, seeing we're not going in a good direction, and then asking out. We do lose to the Pacers by 4 here in game number 3. Game 4 is going to go to the Atlanta Hawks. We win in overtime. Clint Capella 30 and 15. Okay, Trae Young drops 34 and 15, and we do end up winning in 5. All right, so we do win a playoff series for the first time since that 2021 Hawks team that ended up losing to the Bucks in the conference finals. So we're taking on the team that we made a trade with. They ended up picking up DeAndre Hunter, and it looks like DeAndre Hunter got hurt, so that is kind of unfortunate. Let's see if we, if we beat the Cavs, then this is going to be like the weirdest rebuild ever, but we do go down 2-0. And then we end up winning game 3, 137-112. George Niang dropping 22 points against his former team. Trae Young fouled out in 9 minutes. That's also insane. And we won that game. And we win game 4. Can you guys... Oh my God, Trae Young dropped 54. Okay. Reese Shea went 4 of 16 from 3. We do go down 3-2. We lost by 6 in game 5. Shout out to Reese Shea dropping 22 points a night with no Jalen Johnson. And we do end up losing in 6. I don't know why Trae Young would request a trade after this, but we're going to stay the course for the video idea. Hey, if anything, that should bump up his trade value. You have the Knicks and the Mavericks in the NBA Finals, and the Knicks might have blown a 2-0 lead, and the Mavericks ended up winning in 6. Knicks won 150-143 in game 1. Yeah, they blew a 2-0 lead. Mavericks won 4 in a row. All right, so it is the draft lottery time. We are not getting our first round pick. That is going to be going to San Antonio. So that Hawks pick is there at 11. So unless it drops to 13, we're going to have to give it back to Sacramento, unfortunately. So the Rockets, oh my God. They won the lottery. Did they? Wow, they must have been a play-in tournament team, and they had a bad second half, and they were struggling leading up to the All-Star break. So that pick, I believe, is top 12 protected. So it's unfortunate. We are going to have to give it to Sacramento there at 12. We are going to get at least one first-round pick from the Lakers there at 25. we got to give San Antonio our first at 19. So what's also a little bit scary about this first round pick, if the Kings are a bottom 10 team next year, that pick just turns into seconds. It's top 10 protected next year, which would be kind of sad, honestly, because they would never get the first round pick from that. All right, so yeah, let's get their first round pick next year. They're really gonna not want to do that. Okay, I'm just asking for your first round pick back. There we go. So honestly, when I was going through a list of teams that could make sense for Trae Young, like the Miami Heat could make sense, or the Orlando Magic, but I don't really want to trade Trae Young within the division. So I don't think I'm going to send him to Chicago. I don't know if I'll send him to Chicago or Brooklyn. I mean, we can make like an interconference trade. I'm fine with that. I just didn't really want to send him in the division. I know divisions really don't mean much in the NBA. As for Western Conference teams, I really only thought of two that could make sense. The Houston Rockets, obviously, they would make some sense. And Minnesota as well. But I just don't know if they would have the assets. Could Denver want to do like a Jamal Murray and picks for Trae Young? I don't know if I'm in the department for that, even though I don't want to strip this team down. So if I were to trade him to Houston on draft night, I don't know. Like, I mean, getting Jalen Green would be a nice addition for us for sure. I can get Dylan Brooks in this deal. I mean, Reed Shepherd would move me a little bit. I don't know if I would want like Jabari Smith Jr. because I'd have to pay him very soon. Like, say it was headlined by Reed Shepherd. I mean, they have the #1 overall pick, but they're not giving me that. I would get that Nets pick. Like, I'd probably want a decent amount of draft capital for Trae Young if it's just going to be Reed Shepherd. Like, if I can get 5 first-round picks and Reed Shepherd for Trae Young, I mean, that's a pretty good offer. I do wonder what Trae Young's value would be, because I do think he's more valuable to the Hawks than what other teams would value Trae Young if they were trading for him. I mean, let me offer them this deal. They say no. I don't even get a counter offer. What about if I subtract a first-round pick? They would want Vit Krejci in a deal, which I kind of like Vit Krejci, but I wouldn't mind including him in a deal. So what about if I did like Mohamed Gay? They definitely don't have the financials to take on Terrence Mann. Another deal they made at the deadline that I should have talked about a little bit more. So unfortunately, or financially, they can't do this. Like Trae Young, Vit Krejci, and let's say I did 3 second-round picks for Reed Shepherd and 4 first-rounders. Would they do that? They would. All right. We just traded away Trae Young to the Houston Rockets. I think they would make sense as well because they'd have the assets. And we got some good draft capital. They're going to get Cooper Flagg in the draft. I mean, maybe I could have tried to call up Chicago or Brooklyn, but now we're going to at least have a nice, like, treasure chest of draft picks. Like, it sucks we don't own our first-round picks going forward, but this team does have the Kings pick next year. We only have 1 first-rounder in this draft, but I don't think it's going to be impossible for us to find our next point guard. I think Reed Shepherd can be complemented very nicely by Dyson Daniels with Daniels' defense. So we only have 1 first-round pick, and it's late in the draft. Cooper Flagg ends up going #1. And we're on the clock, and there's definitely some talent that I am interested in. There's Joanne Beringer from France. He's like a center that's going to be, I think, like not much of like a offensive creator, but could be a nice athlete for us. There's Jace Richardson from Michigan State. I like Cam Jones, but I don't know if I'm going to try to take somebody a little bit more like of a project play. Maxime like Raynoud from Stanford, one of the best players in the ACC this year. There's Colin Murray-Boyles from South Carolina. I think would be a nice defensive addition to this team. But I'm actually going to take Jace Richardson. I think I got him in a recent rebuild, but I just had so much talent, so I didn't really have the chance to develop him. But he's going to be a big piece for our future, and I think we can maybe turn him into a really good scoring 6th man at his peak. I mean, he's 6'5", like maybe I'm going to play him at point guard too. So that's going to be it for us, and you're going to have Cooper Flagg and Trae Young. That's going to be a sick 2-man game. And it's just funny how much better the Western Conference would be if Trae Young was just traded to the West for, like, Reed Shepherd coming back. Because we saw Jimmy Butler get traded from the East to the West, and, like, Andrew Wiggins was the top player coming back. Like, we need more competition in the East, I guess. At least they got Brandon Ingram at the deadline. So we're going to pick up the team options on Dyson Daniels and Kobe Buffkin. A big year 3 for Buffkin. If we do not see improvement from Kobe, and if he gets injured again, because injuries are going to be on, I may be done with him. Out of all these guys, I mean, I don't mind Dominic Barlow. He's, like, a good athlete. I'll give him the qualifying offer. I will give Keaton Wallace. He's the brother of Cason Wallace, the qualifying offer. He plays really hard for the Hawks this year. So, free agency is not very good. We are going to look for 2 more centers in free agency just because we need a backup to Okongwu and a 3rd string in case anybody gets hurt. We're going to have Jalen Johnson back in the swing of things. We're going to have plenty of wings that I think deserve minutes next year. It just sucks we don't own our first-round pick directly. Who is giving Russell Westbrook $24 million? I don't know. I guess shout out to Russ thinking he's going to get that deal. All right, I'm going to hopefully snag Larry Nance Jr. and Jalen Williams here in free agency. I actually think Josh Giddey would not be a bad idea just because him and Daniels could have a nice two-man game together, but I don't mind giving Reed Sheppard the full-time starting point guard spot. Obviously, there's some other good veterans as well, like Tyus Jones, Devo, Van Vliet. You know what? We do have a decent amount of cap space, too. I'm going to give Tyus Jones about 2 years, $24 million. He played well in the Southeast Division before for the Washington Wizards, and he's going to be our starting point guard next year. So we're going to pick up Larry Nance Jr., Jay Will, not a bad pickup. I don't know if the Thunder would want to let him walk because he's a big vibes guy over there in OKC. But yeah, we are going to let Caris LeVert walk. It is a shame, but I don't know. I mean, like, I guess I could look to bring back Caris LeVert. I mean, I shouldn't really be opposed in doing that. And unfortunately, the Timberwolves got him on the veteran minimum. What? Are you serious? I mean, let's see. Did he make it out of moratorium on that veteran minimum? Like, is he done? No, he didn't. Okay, I was going to say, dude, like, you're going to leave a lot of money on the table. I'll give Caris LeVert, like, a one-year deal. Worth about $11 million just to be a veteran for us, and he's definitely going to pick that up. And we got Barlow and Keaton Wallace back on the qualifying offer, so hopefully Jalen Johnson can be healthy throughout this upcoming season. I'm excited. I mean, like, the offense can get rough at times looking at this. Like, I mean, Reese Shay's going to have his struggles. He's 20 years old. We know Daniels can struggle offensively at times. Yeah, Jalen Johnson's going to have a ton of workload on him. And I'm just hoping like Bufkin or Sheppard or even Jace Richardson can show something in their rookie season or in his rookie season. And Dyson Daniels from the 2022 draft class is going to be owed an extension next year. That's a lot of money for Dyson Daniels. I don't know if I can commit to that right now before the season starts. And we do need to release somebody before the season starts, so that I think is going to end up being Dominic Barlow. So before the season starts, let's figure out the rotation. It's definitely going to be, I think, some type of Jones, Daniels, Reese Johnson, and Kungwu, with LeVert and Jones definitely being some top trade candidates at the deadline. So I think Tyus Jones can get 35 minutes a night. Reese and Daniels, I think 33 minutes apiece to these guys. I think for LeVert, like, he could be a sixth man at 20 minutes a night, but I would like to give, I think, a Kungwu about 30 minutes a night. Let's go 36 to Jalen Johnson. I don't think Larry Nance needs to play just because we have Jay Will getting minutes, who I'm going to give like about 14 minutes a night to. Kobe Bufkin can get about 17 minutes a night. Let's go about 25 to Reed Sheppard. I want to see what he can do actually as a sixth man. And then 7 minutes, I think I'm going to give it to Jace Richardson. So yeah, Terrence Mann, not going to play for us, at least to start off the year. We are 4-star perimeter centric. We start off at home against the Miami Heat, and hey, we won a game. Reese Shea dropping 32 and 11. Jalen Johnson dropping 27 and 7. Reed Sheppard with a nice game in his first ever game for the Atlanta Hawks. We do lose to the Magic by 2, but I would say this is a solid start to year number 2. Brutal. We're going to lose Caris LeVert for 2 to 4 months. He breaks his foot. So that means we're going to probably see more minutes involved for Kobe Bufkin. He can get about 20 minutes a night. I want to see more minutes for Jace Richardson. And then I think the remaining 7 minutes, we're probably going to give it to Terrence Mann. All right, so at the deadline, we have been relatively healthy this year. We're 30 and 19. We're the 3 seed right now in the Eastern Conference. No Trae Young. No issue for us, as Trae Young and the Houston Rockets are 22 and this is what I don't get. You have Trae, Jalen Green, Amen Thompson, Jabari Smith, Şengün, and you have Cooper Flagg coming off the bench. 2K, not a big fan of the Houston Rockets right now. But Jalen Johnson, as a number 1 option, is breaking out. He should win Most Improved Player at the end of the year. 26 points, 12.5 rebounds, 4.5 assists, 50, 36, 79 splits. Quinn Snyder is getting the most he can out of Jalen Johnson. That contract extension is going to look like a steal. Reese Shea in year number 2, 20 and 5, good defense, 46, 35, 76 splits. More than I could have ever asked for from Reese Shea. Okongwu was giving me 15 and 11 a night, 1.3 blocks as well. Is he actually taking some threes? Wow, he's taken 282 threes this year and has knocked down 30% of them. Dyson Daniels is putting up pretty similar numbers to what he was doing last year. He's averaging a couple more assists, not as many steals, and the efficiency is down. I don't know, man, like $35 million to him a year is going to be a lot of money. There's Tyus Jones shooting 40% from 3. Surprised he's only averaging 4.2 assists. Reed Sheppard, damn, the efficiency has not been great for Reed this year, so not everybody has been perfect. Caris LeVert's been a nice off-the-bench scorer for us, but he's dealt with that injury this year. Kobe Bufkin's efficiency is improving, which is really encouraging. There's Jace Richardson, who is struggling, but the free throw percentage is going to still make me a little optimistic. So I don't think I'm going to make any moves at the deadline. I think maybe instead of trading Tyus Jones or Caris LeVert like I intended to, we're probably going to just stick with what we got right now. And I think the encouragement from Kobe Bufkin, let's link him up on a 3-year extension worth around $21 million after his team option. So maybe he was going to eventually get like $15 million a year. So I think we can save some money against this market value. So hopefully, yeah, he doesn't just flame out for us after we're seeing definitely encouragement from him this year with his efficiency. So Luka Doncic on the LA Lakers wins MVP this year. He put up a 33-point triple-double, just doesn't even feel real. Dylan Harper ends up winning Rookie of the Year by the Brooklyn Nets, or on the Brooklyn Nets. He was the 3rd overall pick. RJ Barrett coming off the bench in Toronto. Okay, interesting. I don't know if we want to target RJ Barrett, but I don't know how. Damn, Jarris Walker got most improved. I really feel like that should have been Jalen Johnson this year, unless his numbers just cratered in the second half, but he finished as a top 10 player. How does 24 and 11 from Jalen Johnson not get most improved? I don't get it. I don't get it. 49, 34, 79 splits, 11.5 rebounds, 4.5 assists, 1.2 steals. He was a top 10 player in the league. Better than Trae Young, I guess. Wow, who could be a free agent? That's another thing with Trae. Like, he can be a free agent at the end of the 26th season. So, like, I wonder if that would maybe cause Atlanta, I don't know, to, like, put him on the block in the off season. I can't believe that Jalen Johnson had that year. Like, I am very happy with that. So, we did not get, wow, shout out to Dominique Clifford on all-rookie second team. But we didn't get Jace Richardson on an all-rookie team. Second straight year, we finished as a 4th seed. So this is the second to last year of our picks going to San Antonio. This year, it is a swap. They were a 1 seed. And then next year, I believe we have to give our first round pick outright to them, and then it is done. So we're taking on Boston in round 1. I mean, that is a really tough round 1 matchup for us. I am not going to expect to beat them, but I'm just glad that we're not going to give San Antonio a really nice first round pick. I did not expect Jalen Johnson and Zachary Reese-Shea to give me 44 points combined between those two. So that was an incredible year for them. I think Okongwu had a productive year. Maybe not as much. I mean, Daniels was fine, but I would say not as much for Reed Shepherd. 37, 30, 84 splits. At least it's trending in the right direction. And Kobe Buffkin's 3-point shot did struggle in the second half, but still I think was fine for us this year. So going into the playoffs, I don't think I'm going to play the rookie Jace Richardson. We are going to go to the 9-man rotation. Let's go 15 to Buffkin. I'm going to go about 15 to Jay Will, also, who did struggle with his shot this year. I think Reed Shepherd's going to get about 17 minutes a night. Let's go about 25 to Karis LeVert. Let's go 33 to Onyeka Okongwu. I'm going to go 38, maybe more than that, to Johnson. We're going to go 36 to Reese-Shea. And let's go about 33 to Daniels, 28 to Tyus Jones. So here we go. We pulled off the upset last year. I mean, I guess we were the favorite seeding-wise, but we beat Indiana. Did not expect to do that. Can we beat Boston? I would say we're underdogs in this series as well. Johnson, Reese-Shea, and Okongwu. What a new big 3. Getting it done. And Dyson Daniels had a great game. 4 steals as well. All right, game number 2 goes to the Atlanta Hawks. We win 106-102. Okongwu, 23 and 14. Johnson with 21 and 11. 27 and 5 for Reese-Shea. 1 of 8 from 3. Game number 3, we're getting fully healthy, and we win this one by 24. So are we going to, wow, 31 and 18. Look at Okongwu's numbers throughout the first 3 games. That's really cool. Reese-Shea played well in the playoffs last year. He's playing well this year. 21, 9, and 10 for Jalen Johnson. And the Houston Rockets ended up not even making it to the play-in tournament with Trae Young. Game number 4 goes to Boston. They win by 20. Okay, 9 of 25 from the field from Jalen Johnson. Not great. Game number 5 goes to Atlanta. We just gentlemen swept the Boston Celtics, 34 and 18 for Jalen Johnson, 29 for Reese-Shea. All right, so we're taking on the Cleveland Cavaliers here in round number 2. It is a revenge series for DeAndre Hunter, who was pretty good in Cleveland this year. You'd expect his numbers to go down now that he's going from, like, sometimes the number 2 scoring option for Atlanta to, like, the number 5, number 4 option in Cleveland. Can we pull off the upset? Tyus Jones fully healthy. We do lose game 1 by 16. Garland and Mobley go off against us. Donovan Mitchell, 7, 3, and 6. Reese-Shea and Johnson combined for 62. This is like a sick forward duo to have. Game number 2 goes to Atlanta. Oh my God, we blew them out in Cleveland. I'm just happy we stole a game in Cleveland. Dyson Daniels, 29, 4, 5, and 5, and knocked down 7 threes. That is incredible. Game number 3. Oh my God, man. That is brutal. Vibes were so high. Jalen Johnson was a borderline top 10 player in the NBA, and he tears his left MCL. He's out for the playoffs after tearing his labrum last year. Look at those playoff numbers. He's a playoff riser, and he's probably going to miss the start of next year as well. Damn, man, that sucks a lot. So I think we're going to bump Reese-Shea to the 4. We're going to ask him to play the stretch 4. I think we're going to get Larry Nance Jr. some minutes. I don't even know if I want Terrence Mann. Maybe Terrence Mann some minutes as well, 10 each, just because I can't really trust Reed Shepherd as the 6th man. So Karis LeVert's going to get like 35 minutes a night, maybe 36. We're going to go 40 to Reese-Shea. Let's go about 32 to Jones, 34 to Daniels. Well, there goes, I think, our hopes at upsetting the Cleveland Cavaliers. Damn, Reese-Shea dropped 34 with no Jalen Johnson. Just doesn't feel the same. So are we going to lose the next, couple in a row? Karis LeVert dropped 18 against his former team. Mobley and Garland combined for 52. Hey, we actually won a game without Jalen Johnson, which I think is incredible. 30 and 10 for Dyson Daniels. Can we force? Oh my God, we have forced the game 7. Karis LeVert drops 29 against his former team, and we won by 10 in overtime. So here we go, game 7 in Cleveland. Oh my God, we outscored them by 9 in the first quarter. Are we about to advance to the conference finals without Jalen Johnson? We're up by 5 here in the fourth. We're up by 12. Oh God, and they're going on a little bit of a run. We're up by 2. But you know what? I feel like we're playing with house money here. Like, if we lose in game 7, that's fine with me. We have a swap with San Antonio. I forget what pick we're going to get in this draft from the Houston Rockets. But, like, if we lose this series, it's not the end of the world. Oh, God. Mobley. Oh, LeVert trying to guard Mobley. I'm here. I'm going to let Okoro shoot it. Why not? And he missed it. Wow, my risk paid off because I was like, I'd rather Okoro take a 3 compared to Mobley posting up LeVert. That is not what we want. All right, so let's get the ball to Reese Shea, who I'm not even sure who is that. I'm not sure who that is guarding him. Reese Shea, can he? Oh, I threw that way too late. I should have threw an alley-oop right there. Is that Clint Capella? Donovan Mitchell driving. Oh my God. Okay. So I do have 2 timeouts. I'm thinking about using one. I think that is Clint Capella as their backup center. That's a great pickup for them. All right. Can we get Dyson Daniels open? He's guarded by Isaac Okoro. Daniels coming off some screens. Can he catch and shoot? Dyson Daniels? Oh, that would have been massive, but he does miss it. So they have Allen out there. Oh God. Tyus Jones is guarding Evan Mobley. We're screwed. We're screwed. Yep. Oh my God, he missed the layup. All right. I guess I'll take that. Trae Jones running in transition up to Okongwu, who really can't handle the rock too well. I had no shot creators out here. How did we force a game 7? I don't know. Karis LeVert. Oh God, Mobley stuffs the shit out of me. Oh God, and Mobley's gonna get a transition dunk. Oh my God. All right, now we are quickly down by 2. Not where I want to be, but Karis LeVert is guarded by Mobley. Mobley, obviously a great rim protector, but can Karis LeVert blow by him? Can Karis... Okay, nope, not really. Tyus Jones 3 ball. He actually got a good look. Tyus Jones, let's go! Gives us the lead. Tyus Jones, mini marksman. That's what I'm talking about. We are up by 1 with 55 seconds to go. All right, so let's see. Can we clamp up well? It's just like Reese Shea guarding Evan Mobley is terrifying. So they got Okoro out there. They got Jalen Tyson out there as well. So they're going to try to get in the post. Okay, Reese Shea guarding Evan Mobley. Can he settle? Can he settle? Okay, we're here. Evan Mobley's going to settle, and he's going to miss it, but he gets the rebound. Oh, my God. Damn. All right, Trae Young, Reese Shea pick and roll. Or Trae Young, oh, my God, Tyus Jones. What am I talking about? Reese Shea. Jesus. Damn it, man. Oh, that sucks. All right, well, Dyson Daniels just fouled out. I can't believe I just called Tyus Jones Trae Young. Okoro at the free throw line is going to make the first, and he's going to make the second, down by 3. I feel like I should have got Reed Shepherd in this game, just because I kind of trust Reed Shepherd's three-point shot a little bit more. Can we get a good look for Karis LeVert? Oh my God, we can. Karis LeVert got Okoro in the air, but he misses it. Damn, and that would have tied it up. And it looks like we're going to lose in 7. I mean, LeVert was very tired when he took that 3. But I got Okoro in the air, sidestep to the side, got a great look. It just couldn't go down. Jared Allen is going to knock down the first, and if he probably knocks down the second, yeah, that's it for us, I think. So unfortunately, the Atlanta Hawks have been eliminated. We lost 120-115, but hey, no Jalen Johnson. And we went to game 7. We came back down 3-1 against the Cavs. That was a great playoff run. This team has been playing so hard. And honestly, I really like the direction we're heading in. All right, so let's see who wins it all. It's the Pacers. Wow. And the Minnesota Timberwolves. The Pacers swept the Cavs in the conference finals. But the Minnesota Timberwolves win it all. Anthony Edwards says to Halliburton, no, I'm the best player from the 2020 draft class. All right, so Russell Westbrook ends up retiring this year. Brook Lopez, Jrue Holiday, James Harden, DeMar DeRozan, Steph. I feel like none of these guys played for the Atlanta Hawks, but I could be tripping. So, Greg Popovich and Doc Rivers both end up retiring. Steph, Harden, Russ, and Paul George all head to the Hall of Fame. All right, so it is time for the draft lottery. Damn it, man, I'm not going to get the Kings pick. Really? That sucks. So that pick is top 10 protected. So therefore, it's going to turn into a 2026 and 2027 second. I'm not sure if there's another swap we can get in here. So yeah, the Kings get to keep their pick at number 1. I'm going to be a man of honor here. So we do have to give the Spurs our pick at 22. We get the swap with them, and we're going to get 29. And then we get Brooklyn's pick at 15. So that is from the Trae Young trade. I feel like I have not been too lucky with draft picks in this video. So yeah, I got to give them the number 1 pick back. And I get their 2026 second and their 2027 second. Oh, that's painful. So I'm not going to find maybe my franchise point guard in the draft. I mean, we'll see. We have 15, 29, and 34. We could definitely look to trade up on draft night because Tyus Jones has always been like a bridge point guard for us. I thought I was going to be a seller at the deadline and trade him, but I don't want this team to get complacent where it's at. I do want to improve in the offseason. So, hey, we're going to add 3 rookies. Maybe I look to trade up as Cameron Boozer goes number 1. Him and Sabonis in the front court. AJ DeBanta goes number 2 to the Pelicans. Miami gets Darren Peterson at number 3 as stud. There's Caleb Wilson. I'm going to keep an eye on the point guards in this draft. Like, if Darius Cuff maybe makes it through, like, pick 7, maybe I think about trading up. There is Mikal Brown Jr. And then there is Caden Boozer, but I feel like that is a drop-off. So there goes JQ. Why would the Hornets take a point guard, right? So they take Nate Ament. I mean, the Bulls have plenty of point guards. And I mean, like, the Blazers have Scoot. The Pistons have Cade. Maybe a Cuff. I mean, he might go to the Bulls here. I knew he was going to go there. Okay, so let's see. Bryson Tiller goes. I think that's his name. Chris Sinat goes. Why would the Thunder take a point guard, right? They take Malik Thomas. All right, let's see if I can move 15 and 34 with the Suns to move up to 12. So I'll give you 34 to move up 3 spots. I feel like that's a good offer. Why would I give you Onyeka Okongwu? Like, I don't think I have to give you 15 and 29 to move up 3 spots, but then I would guarantee Mikal Brown Jr. So let's do that. They say no. Wow. All right. I guess they're not gonna budge. And they take Mikal Brown Jr. All right, we're just gonna stay at 15. I'm hoping the Hornets don't take a point guard ahead of us. They take Kareem Lopez. That's a great pick. All right, so I'm gonna take Jasper Johnson out of Kentucky. Let's hope he could be the guy for us moving forward. And then at 29, I'm going to take Josiah Mosley out of Villanova. And then at pick 34, I took Connie Rooks out of Louisville. So let's sign all 3 of these guys. We're picking up the team options on Reese Shea and Reed Shepherd. Mohamed Gay, I will pick up the team option on just to be, or just to give us some depth. So Hartenstein, Trae Young, Luka Doncic, all becoming free agents. I will be giving all 3 of these guys the qualifying offers. And I'm really scared, like Dyson Daniels. I mean, is he going to get a massive contract out there? I don't really want to give him that. That's a lot of money. That's a max contract. I don't mind bringing back George Niang on the minimum. Larry Nance Jr. on the minimum. I mean, Jalen Williams' qualifying offer is it 2.3 million? That is really cheap. So yeah, we do get Niang, and we do get Larry Nance Jr. back. I think the big thing is Dyson Daniels. How much are we going to get him back for? All right, so the Pacers and Bucks have thrown like fake offers at him. I don't know. As long as we can. Oh, okay, that scared me. That's Keaton Wallace. I thought Daniels got an offer. 1 year, 1.9 million. I'm going to match that. Shout out to him getting an offer. So Dyson Daniels has 7 offers. None of them are real, though. All right, so I'm going to give Dyson Daniels, this is a nice payday for him, $120 million over the course of 4 years. That's really good. I hope that contract doesn't age poorly, but yeah, there goes most of our cap space because we're paying him, and I guess he got the same AAV as Jalen Johnson at $30 million a year. Jalen Johnson does not regress, which is good. I know coming off the MCL injury, but it looks like he's going to be healthy to start off the year, which is great. Reed Shepherd goes up. I think I'm going to start Reed Shepherd over Tyus Jones. I want to see what he can do as a starter. So we don't really have any big contract extensions for next offseason to, I think, worry about right now. And unfortunately, I do need to cut 2 people before the season starts. I think George Niang is going to be one of them. I think, honestly, I'm going to cut Larry Nance Jr. because we have Mohamed Gay as like a 3rd-string center for this team. All right, so let's construct the roster here for the 2027 season. It's going to be Shepherd, Daniels, Reese Shea Johnson, Okongwu. That is good. I just want to figure out how the bench is going to look like. So I think we're going to go 20 to Tyus. We can go 28 to Reed Shepherd. I'd like to play Jalen Johnson about 36 minutes a night. Jay Will is not going to play that much. I think he's going to play around 17 minutes a night. Let's go 31 to Onyeka Okongwu. I'm going to go, I think, 6-man minutes to Kobe Buffkin. I want to see what Jasper Johnson can do a little bit. Like, I'm not excited about Terrence Mann. So I think I'd rather get Jace Richardson in there. We do have a lot of guards coming off the bench. This is why I think like there could be a potential trade for Tyus Jones because we do have Jasper Johnson, Kobe Buffkin, Jace Richardson, and Tyus Jones right now. And then I'm going to go about 33 to Reese Shea, 33 to Daniels. So yeah, it's going to be Shepherd, Daniels, Reese Shea, Johnson, and Okongwu with Buffkin, Richardson, Jay Will, Tyus Jones, Jasper Johnson, all off the bench. We are 4-star perimeter centric. Start the season at home against the Hornets, and we dropped 149 against them. Daniels with 28, Reese Shea with 27. Great start to the year. Oh, this is brutal, man. Reed Shepherd breaks his left leg. He is out 6 to 8 weeks. Damn, that is kind of unfortunate. Shepherd was struggling once again with his efficiency. Man, what happened to the guy in the summer league that was taking the league by storm? Or what happened to that Kentucky player, man? So we are going to start Kobe Buffkin, who has been a little bit more efficient this year than Reed Shepherd. We're going to go probably around 28 minutes a night to Kobe. And I know Tyus Jones may be the next best option, but I want to see what the young guys can do. So Jasper Johnson can stay at around 10 minutes a night. But I do want to give Jace Richardson a little bit more playing time at around 24 minutes a night. And then I think I can get another wing out there. Yeah, Keaton Wallace. I don't know about another guard. So I'm going to give 13 minutes to Terrence Mann. All right, so we're approaching the 2027 trade deadline. We're above 500. Not as good as we were last year. Maybe we're really feeling the loss of Karis LeVert, but we are still a top 5 seed In the East, we are pretty neutral, though. We have a 0-point differential. Now, we do own 2 first-round picks in this 2027 draft. From the Trae Young trade, this one, the swap wars between the Pelicans and the Bucks is from the DeJounte Murray trade. So, yeah, I mean, that pick's at least going to be late teens, early 20s, with the Pelicans and the Bucks being somewhat respectable. But a swap best between the Nets and the Rockets, who would have thought the Rockets playing tournament team, and we have the Suns unprotected pick. So, they both are above 500, but the West is very competitive this year. Jalen Johnson not putting up the numbers he was putting up last year. Maybe he's fighting off that torn MCL. Zachary Sachet, though, 21 points, 5 rebounds, 47, 36. 77 splits. He's been incredible. Onyeka Okongwu shooting 34.7% from 3. I will take that any day of the week. Dyson Daniels, you're making $30 million a year now, so come on, let's get that 3-point percentage up. Reed, I know you're like, I don't know. I don't know. The true shooting has dropped, and it was really bad last year. So maybe they fleeced us by giving us Reed. At least Kobe Buffkin has been more efficient this year. Same with Jace Richardson. I think we may look to trade Tyus Jones at the deadline. And we are going to take this trade from the Washington Wizards. We're getting their lottery protected pick in 29 to basically take on Royce O'Neal's contract next year. So we do have to take on an additional $11.3 million with this trade, but I think that's worth it for us right now, and we get some more wing depth. Like, we could sacrifice the guard depth for the wing depth. I get a first-round pick, and I just got to take on bad salary in 2028. So we've had our fair share of injuries, but I think, like, the updated rotation, like, I want to get, I think, 6th man minutes to, I don't know why Jalen Williams would start for us. I'm going to go about, I think, 15 to Jalen Williams. Let's go about 33 to Onyeka Okongwu. I'm going to try to make Jace Richardson and Kobe Buffkin get, like, a decent amount of minutes now for the second half, and we're probably going to lower Reed Shepherd's minutes a little bit. Like, he's going to get 25 minutes a night. Let's go with 35 to Daniels. Let's go 37 to 35 to Reese Shea. Let's go 36 to Jalen Johnson. Oh my God. And then Reed Shepherd right after the deadline breaks his right leg. So maybe I wish I didn't trade away Tyus Jones. Jasper Johnson has been pretty good as of late, but I think I'm going to get Kobe Buffkin or Jace. You know what? Let's start Jace Richardson, and then Kobe Buffkin's going to play decent minutes. Yeah, as like a backup guard. Jasper Johnson can get a little bit more playing time. Terrence Mann's going to get more playing time as well. And then I think the remaining 5 minutes, let's give it to Jace Richardson. All right, so Wemby ends up winning the 2027 MVP award. We do have to give our first round pick, the final one from the DeJounte Murray trade to San Antonio. They really timed up those picks perfectly. The front office, Brian right over there in San Antonio. AJ Debenta, the 2nd overall pick, rookie of the year. Yegor Demon is your 6th man of the year. Wemby Depoy. Cooper Flagg, most improved in year number 2. Halliburton takes home clutch player of the year. Do we get Jalen Johnson on the top? Nah, we don't get him on All-NBA second team again, sadly. But we do get him on third team. But I guess the thing with Jalen Johnson that we've had to keep an eye on, the injury concerns, man. He's got a strained left hip going into the playoffs. He tore his labrum in the first year, which what happened in real life. And he ends up tearing his MCL in the playoffs last year. I'm also starstruck. Charles Bassey on all defensive first team for the Charlotte Hornets. Okay, that is crazy. Dyson Daniels ends up on all defensive second team. At least he's a top 10 defender in the sport. And we got Jasper Johnson on all rookie second team. We finished the year as the 6th seed, so we've made it to the playoffs all 3 years, but this is our lowest seeding so far. Jalen Johnson finished with 22 and 10. Reese Shea dropped 20 points per game on even better efficiency. Honestly, living up to the number 1 overall pick. There's Onyeka Okongwu putting up 13 and 9. We kind of saw Daniels' numbers. There's Reed Shepherd. I mean, I don't know how much longer I can really give him a chance. This is brutal. This really is. This is like James Bouknight, Killian Hayes level efficiency. And I don't know. Like, he headlined the Trae Young trade. So it's kind of unfortunate. Jace Richardson, I think, did really good in year number 2. Jasper Johnson showed some promise in year 1. And for the playoffs, I think I'm going to start. Do I want to start Buffkin? I actually think I may start Jace Richardson in the playoffs. Like, if we were going purely off play, Reed Shepherd, I don't even know if I'd play him for us in the playoffs. So we're going to have 3 guards come off the bench. I'm sure Steve Kerr would love this. We're going to go 18 to Shepherd, 18 to Johnson, 20 to Buffkin. We're going to go about 13 minutes to Jay Will. And then that should allow me to go 33 minutes to Onyeka Okongwu. I want to go a lot. 38 to Jalen Johnson. I want to go 38 to Reese Shea. We can go 34 to Daniels and 28 to Jace Richardson. So we're taking on the Indiana Pacers here in round 1. They've added Rocco Zikarsky as their center. This is a team that we beat in the playoffs a couple years ago. We do lose game 1 in a blowout fashion. Jalen Johnson, 22 and 15. He struggles from 3, same with Reese Shea. And there's Jace Richardson, who struggled. Game number 2 goes to Indiana, so we can't steal a game in Indiana, which I kind of wanted to, obviously. But yeah, Buffkin 7 to 7 from the free throw line, 1 of 6 from the field. And Reed, yeah, been kind of inconsistent for us in the first 2 games. We do end up losing game 3 by 27 points. Damn. So last year we were a couple possessions, maybe one possession away, one cares over 3 away from making it to the conference finals. So we do end up winning game 4. But if we do get gentlemen swept, I would say that's a disappointing playoff loss. Jalen Johnson fully healthy. All right, there we go. We end up winning game number 5. Can we get Indiana to blow a 3-0 lead? Jace Richardson had a really good game there in game 5. And we do force a game 7. All right. So we come back down 3-0. I think we came back down 3-1 against the Cavs. So we know what it's like to play when we're down and we try to come back. Game 7 on the road in Indiana. Not a bad first half by any means. Can we not blow it in the third? We get outscored 40-28, so we're down by 17. We'd have to have a miraculous comeback, which is not going to happen. So we end up losing 126-99. Jalen Johnson drops 24. Okongwu, oh my God, man. For my center, going 1 of 10 from 3. Why did you keep shooting? Halliburton drops 44. And even though we were down 3-0, at least we came back to give it a fight. It is a first round exit. So I think we got to realize where we are. It's weird because Reese Shea, honestly, in the 3 playoff series or 4 playoff series prior to this, like both against the Cavs and round 1 against Boston and Indiana, was kind of great for us. So weird to see him struggle in the playoffs there. Zion Williamson and Dylan Harper are your conference finals MVPs. Would you look at that? And the Nets win it all in 2027. And Dylan Harper drops 27, 7 and 10 as your finals MVP. It's crazy how well the Nets do in the sim. They also got Kamal Maluach in the draft, but still. They signed Naz Reid. They drafted, I think, Nolan Traore. As Kevin Durant ended up on the Spurs, and they couldn't win it all. Okay. Mike Malone retires on the Denver Nuggets. Kevin Durant does head to the Hall of Fame. No shocker there. So could we get maybe some insane luck in the 2027 draft lottery? We have Phoenix's pick there at 12. But that's really it. And Sacramento at pick 8, so they've just been bad every single year, and it sucks we couldn't get a first-round pick out of them. So we end up with the 12th overall pick. That is from the Trae Young trade. So we had 15 last year, 12 this year, and pick 20. And then we have pick 24 from the DeJounte Murray trade. We have to give San Antonio our first-round pick. At number 17, it looks like it's going to the Pacers. I guess it was traded a couple times. So we do own 3 first-round picks. I don't really know if I have the intention on drafting 3 rookies to give 3 rookies playing time, but I do want to bring back Quinn Snyder as our head coach. All right, so this, you got to bear with me on this trade. I'm trying to make this a realistic deal. I'm giving Memphis Terrence Mann's expiring and Royce O'Neal's expiring. So I'm basically getting them to take $28 million off my books, and I'm going to give them also pick 24 for doing so. And then I'm also going to get 2 second-round picks in this deal. So they're basically getting a first-round pick for taking on $28 million in wing salary, and they're going to do that. So the number 1 overall pick is Tyrone Stokes out of Duke, a Duke wing going number 1 overall. That hasn't really been shocking in the last 15 years. Elijah Arenas ends up going number 2, which I believe he's committed to UCLA or USC. Alex Costanza goes 3, Hugo 4. And we're going to take Cameron Holmes out of UNC with the 12th overall pick. You can't have enough wing depth. We just traded away Royce O'Neal and Terrence Mann. It feels like every year Jalen Johnson gets hurt. So I'm also getting Jalen Montgomery. Looks like I got a high school 6'8" wing here with the 20th overall pick. Another wing. No shocker. And then I feel like I always take AJ Robinson in the second round, but can I put him on a 2A? I can't. So Montgomery and Cameron Holmes. We're going to sign all 3 of those guys. Reese Shea, Shepard, Richardson, and Rooks. Rooks at $4.4 million. I think I'm going to decline that actually. Reed Shepard at $14 million. I have to pick it up. All right, so I'm going to look to pick up Mitchell Robinson on a 3-year deal with the team option on the last year to be my backup center, so we are going to let Jay Will walk. I'm also going to renounce the rights on Mohamed Gay, Connie Rooks, Keaton Wallace, and Jay Will. We do have a little bit of a trade exception from Tyus Jones. I doubt I'll use it. And then I'm also going to give Cameron Johnson a 2-year deal at around $9.5 million. We know that Jalen Johnson can get hurt every year, and he can be a good 3-point shooter off the bench if he does want to accept this deal, and he does. And I'm also going to sign Aaron Nesmith to a 3-year deal around $30 million. I know that's a little redundant getting another wing, but I don't know if I want to rely a ton on Cameron Holmes and Jalen Montgomery as rookies. So we did add a decent amount of depth there in free agency. All right, so Dyson Daniels is our highest overall, followed by Jalen Johnson, Reese Shea. Man, it's a big year for Reed Shepard. If he can't be efficient, I may have to trade him at the deadline. All right, so we're going to go with Reed, Daniels, Reese Shea, Johnson, and Okongwu. Same thing that it's been. I forgot we have 2 Jay Johnsons now. So I think Jasper could get about 15 minutes a night. Mitchell Robinson's going to get around 17 minutes a night with Okongwu getting 31. He's going to get the back of 5 minutes. I'm okay going like 14 minutes a night to Johnson and Nesmith. We're just going to have a ton of wing depth. We're going to go about 15 there, at least to Kobe Buffkin. And I'd like to go about 15 minutes to Jace Richardson. So yeah, we're going to have a very weird bench this year, at least until we figure out who's efficient, who's not. Injuries will happen and such. Reed Shepard could get 25 minutes a night. We're going to go 30 to Daniels, Honestly, let's go 30 to Okongwu. I'd like to go at least 32 and 33 there. So we're going to prioritize depth this year. We can withstand injuries, and maybe we can consolidate some of that depth with a big trade at the deadline if we want to head in that direction. All right, so we are 11 and 3 to start off the year. I do want to see... Okay, shout out to Reese Shea and Johnson. How is Reed doing? All right. Reed is finally efficient right now. And we are 25, well, and now 7 to start off the year. 26 and 7. We have been pretty good here in the Eastern Conference. The depth, I guess, additions are working. And we're here at the deadline with a 42 and 10 record. We have an 11.8 point differential. It's crazy that the biggest wild card for us was always Reed Shepherd. And Reed is now efficient, which is great to see. His true shooting has gone up almost 10 percentage points, which is incredible. 12.5 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, 44-40, 83 splits. There's Jasper Johnson, who's looking like a great backup guard right now. He may end up even starting for us. Dyson Daniels has been more efficient for us, and we know he can be a top 10 defender. I'm getting 42 points a night between Johnson and Reese Shea, who are definitely playing less minutes than they should, but they're going to be so ready to go for the playoffs. Kobe Buffkin has taken a little bit of a step back this year, but Cam Johnson is hitting 46% of his threes, 39% for Aaron Nesmith. I love where this team is right now. Jason Richardson is dealing with an injury. His three-point shot has fallen off a little bit. I actually don't think I'm going to make a trade. All right, so Onyeka Okongwu will be a free agent at the end of the year, so I'm going to give him a 4-year deal worth $72 million. All right, so Victor Wembanyama wins MVP. Tyron Stokes is your Rookie of the Year. Yegor Demon, 6th Man of the Year. Wemby takes home Depoy. Mikel Brown Jr. would have been nice, but, you know, his efficiency isn't great, and I think Jasper Johnson could still be a good point guard. I don't know if this is like a similar vibe to maybe the Atlanta Hawks with Korver, Teague, Horford, and Millsap. But hey, this team just won 67 games. It's kind of incredible. And it just shows you how much depth matters for this team. As Trae Young ended up signing with the Wizards, actually, last year. So that is kind of crazy. I guess we gave them Tyus Jones when they have, or had Trae Young. De'Aaron Fox went to Detroit with Cade Cunningham. As Dyson Daniels, not just a top 10 defender anymore. He's a top 5 defender in the sport. And we are going to be the 1 seed in the Eastern Conference. We're taking on Paolo and Franz and the Orlando Magic in round 1. As we know, that is going to be a very good team. But Jasper Johnson, man, his numbers are really good. I don't know if I'm going to start him at the 1, but I don't hate the idea of Reed becoming like a 6th man for us. So if I was going to trim down this rotation a little bit, I think I may actually try that out. We're going to start Jasper Johnson, who is dealing with an injury. But yeah, I'm going to have Reed Shepherd be the 6th man. Mitchell Robinson can get about 13 minutes a night because I'm going to go about 35 to Onyeka Okongwu, who had a pretty productive... Actually, I may lie. I'm going to go 18 minutes to Mitch Rob, 30 to Okongwu. Cam Johnson off the bench can get about 15 minutes a night. I think same thing to Aaron Nesmith. We are going to prioritize the wings a little bit more than the guards. So Josiah Mosley, there we go, got minutes this year. Like, I don't think I'm going to play Jace Richardson for the playoffs. I'm not going to play him. I honestly don't know if I'm going to play Kobe Buffkin either. So I think Reed Shepherd can get around 28 minutes a night. You know what? Let's actually start Reed. Jasper off the bench is going to get around 22 minutes a night. We are going to go 38 to Jalen Johnson, 38 to Reese Shea, and then let's go 34 to Daniels, 30 to Reed. So we're taking on Orlando in round 1. We know that they're led by Paolo and Franz. We do get Jasper Johnson back fully healthy. Oh my God. What? We just won by 61 points. And Reese Shea hit 13 threes. He scored 54 points. Oh my God. That is insane. Then we jump 156. Daniel jumps 37. Jasper, that's Jalen. With the triple-double, Jasper had 21 points as our 6th man. And we go up 3-0. Wow, our offense is on another level. What is that? Dyson is averaging 28, 5, and 11. Where is this coming from? Game 4. Oh my, are you kidding? This is why I got depth. This is why I got depth. Every year when I feel like we can do something, Jalen Johnson suffers a major injury. Are you kidding me, man? All right, so I think we're going to bump Reese Shea to the 4. And I think we're going to start Cam Johnson at the 3. It didn't say he was out for the year, so I don't know if he'll be back for like the finals, like maybe if we ever got there. I'm going to go about 20 minutes to Nesmith. We're going to go 15 to Buffkin. I think Cam Johnson's going to get like 28 minutes a night. And honestly, I'm going to go 25 to Aaron Nesmith. So that sucks. We do win game 4. Game 3, we ended up winning 133-119. Game 4, we ended up winning 129-120. But like, okay, Reese Shea jumped 35. What? What? All right, so Daniels and Reese Shea be the 1-2 punch on a championship team? We're about to find out. We're taking on the Detroit Pistons, who still have Cade Cunningham. They just have De'Aaron Fox next to him. Okay, that is pretty good offense right there. I can't lie. We do win game 1 by 7. Jasper drops 21. How has Reed been in the playoffs? Come on, dude. Come on, I'm going to bench you. Dyson Daniels went 4 of 22 from the field. All right, here we go. Game number 2 goes to the Atlanta Hawks. We win 144. Oh my God, Reset Shea dropped 35. Reed dropped 27. And we're 6-0 in the playoffs. There goes our first L. We lose to Detroit by 10. I mean, yeah, this is... Who shot 2 of 14? Dyson. Oh my God, his shot is just cratering here in round number 2. Game 4 goes to the Hawks. So we go up 3-1. We beat him by 21 points. All right, here we go. Game 5. Can we advance to the conference finals? No. We lose 129-114. Jasper dropped 27. It's just like he doesn't get a lot of assists, so I don't know how I feel about starting him. And we are going to a game 7. Damn, we got blown out. Cade? Did Cade get hurt? I guess so. I mean, injuries are on, so Cade could have gotten hurt. He didn't foul out in game 6. Cade dislocated his left shoulder. He is out for game 7. All right, well, they do have a good replacement in De'Aaron Fox. So let's see what happens here. We're at home for game 7. We're on the verge of blowing a 3-1 lead, but we are up by 24 points here in the third quarter. All right, we're going to blow them out in game 7. They didn't have Cade. We ended up winning by 34. Reset Shea drops 27, even though he goes, oh my God, 8 of 29 from the field and 4 of 17 from 3. But hey, we are going to advance and take on the 6-seeded Nets, but the reigning NBA champions. So here we go. You got the 7th versus 8th seed over there in the West. Can we beat Brooklyn? Game 1, Aaron Nesmith tears his right MCL. All right, this is why you get depth, folks, as we lost now Jalen Johnson and Aaron Nesmith in the playoffs. Kobe Buffkin's been fine. It's just, who do I go to here? I guess it's going to be Jace Richardson. He's going to get about 20, 15 minutes a night, something like that. Jasper's going to get more minutes. He's going to get 25 a night. And I think I'm going to go about 32 to Cam Johnson. He's at least knocking down his threes. Honestly, Reset Shea is going to play 40 and 35 to Daniels. Game 1, we do win. All right, there we go, 126-114. I don't know if we have an update on Jalen Johnson. He's 1 to 2 weeks. All right, so hopefully we can get him back in this series. We do win game 2. Reset Shea is turning into a top player in the NBA, which is freaking dope. Game 3, oh my God, we're up 3-0. We won by 17. Just don't blow a 3-0 lead, and we're in the finals, please. All right, that's fine. We lose by 5 in overtime. Come on, gentlemen, sweep them, please. Please. Okay, thank God. The Atlanta Hawks. Jace Richardson, it's next man up mentality. Balls out for us, and we're in the NBA Finals, and we're going to get Jalen Johnson back. Wow, we almost got Sacramento in the Kevin Huerter Bowl, but it's Minnesota. They won Game 7 by 6. Rob Dillingham dropped 37. Oh, wait. Do they not have Anthony Edwards? Oh my God. All right. How long is Anthony Edwards out for? Wow. High right ankle sprain. He is out for the year. That is crazy. So we're going up against Robert Dillingham, Ben Shepherd, McDaniels, Randall, and City Gay. Too bad we don't have Muhammad Gay anymore. Gobert's coming off the bench, but we get Jalen Johnson back for this game. So Jace kind of balled out since he came back. So I think I got to decide between Buffkin or Richardson. I think I'm going to take Richardson. So let's lower Jasper Johnson's minutes tonight to like 23. And then Cam Johnson is going to not play a lot of minutes now. He's going to get like 15 minutes a night off the bench. We're going to get Jalen Johnson back in there. He's going to play a ton. And then let's go about 34 to Daniels. We can go about 28 to Reed, who's been serviceable for us in the playoffs. Honestly, 27 to Reed. And then I would like to go 39 to Reset Shea, 39 to Johnson. It's the NBA Finals. We're going up against the Timberwolves team that doesn't have Anthony Edwards, and we won by 4. Reed Shepherd, balling out for us. We win game 1. We win game 2. Okay, so we caught the injury bug, but we got depth, which is massive. And Minnesota does not have Anthony Edwards, and we go up 3-0. Look at that. Look at that. Do not blow a 3-0 lead, please. And are we going to... Okay, they win game 4. Rob drops 41. Caravan drops 29. Are you kidding me? Oh, no. We're not doing this. We're not doing this. Game 6. Oh, my God. It's in Minnesota, too. That game 5. Oh, my God. Are they going to force a game 7? Please. All right, you're up by 15 right now. Do not blow a 15-point lead for them to force a game 7. Thank God. The Atlanta Hawks have won the 2028 NBA Finals. Dyson Daniels explodes for 35 in this one, and we get it done. Jalen Johnson, Finals MVP, comes back for the Finals. Does not have great efficiency, but hey, we had the depth. We got lucky with Anthony Edwards getting hurt, and the Atlanta Hawks without Trae Young have won the NBA Finals. So that is going to be for me. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, I would appreciate you dropping a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments what direction you think the Atlanta Hawks should go in with Trae Young. Do they continue to build around him? Do they look to trade him in the offseason? Do you think Trae Young would want to get traded? Let me know down below. This was just for fun, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.